tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good evening. Good evening. Let's see. Does it tell me that people bought stuff? Does it disappear? No, it doesn't disappear. So, So yeah, people are already donating for the stuff for the club. But the thing is Amazon doesn't tell me that it's been ordered. It doesn't tell me that it's being sent, and people have said they've done some stuff. So I'm just curious. You know, when it's like this, you'd think that they would tell you, right? So, including chips. We should be getting chips from World Services too. So, once you've been formed as a group for a month, which will be February for us, World Services sends out what's called like a starter packet. You get the 12 steps and 12 traditions, some chips, and then a lot of brochures, I believe. I haven't really seen the list yet. So, I'm giving it just a second. I need to blow my nose real quick. I don't think you want to hear it, so I'm going to go over here. All right. I hope Amber shows up because she asked me to go live again. So she might be the one here. We're about to hit that 3-minute mark. So we're going to get started. Oh, wait a minute. That's not. Hold on a second. Okay, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Check that. And then, all right. Welcome, Daily Trudge. Multiple Trudge today. I'm Dion. Oh, looks like it's going to be me and my wife. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch. I'm going to tell Amber that she better join. Of course, you got to put an LOL after that so they don't have to feel obligated. I've just noticed lately that, you know, the one thing that I do notice is that people talk differently to me than they talk to other people. I've noticed that. But I'm not the kind of person that I don't put up with a lot. You know, all my life I've been called crazy. And that's just one word. Right? And here's the thing. I like it when people are honest with me. I know who I am. That's the thing. I know who I am. You know, and my wife can attest to that, actually. I do a lot of work on myself. I do a lot of inward looking. You know, I need to make sure I constantly need to check my intentions. I need to see what it is that's going on. And, you know, since I didn't have too many friends or too many other things to distract me growing up, what I did is I watched people. Ooh, save that one. hurt my wrist though. I've already spilt one thing today. I don't want to continue on with it. And you know, and I'll give you an example on that. Is yesterday I was talking to, or the other day I was talking to Pastor Marcia, and she said that she described me as salty, right? And she's correct, and I laughed at it because it's true, right? I swear a little, but she's being honest with me. And it's very, I'm going to tell you, it's very rare that people are completely honest with me. And I know this. I know this, right? Because they don't want to hurt my feelings, or they don't want to. But the thing is still doing it. It's still stigma. It's still name calling. Okay. So you're going to be, you might be a little surprised by this. Shannon won't. I kind of hope it's, maybe it was the title that turned people off, but they'll all show up at 15 minutes in when I'm done. The one that I've really appreciated lately is, I love your passion. In fact, I went and looked up other words for crazy. Very enthusiastic. Oh, I've heard that one. Dion, I love your enthusiasm. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. That's not a true compliment. That's not a true compliment. What's another one? Passionate. Oh, Dion, I love your passion. You just called me crazy. I hear that one more than I hear anything. Oh, Dion, you're so real. You're so, yes, I am. Aren't we supposed to be this way? Aren't we supposed to be exactly who we are? Isn't that what, see, I don't feel like I'm doing anything that I shouldn't be. Aren't I supposed to be doing the right thing? Aren't I supposed to go out and make my community a little bit better? If that means that I need to argue with some people that don't understand, I'm going to do it. Yeah. Okay. Now, these professionals, they don't understand. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I know all these buzzwords. I know these, and I know exactly what they mean. Okay. Just like when I left Aurora Mental Health and had to beg for my exit interview, the number one thing the interviewer said was, "I'm sorry you felt that way." Crazy. These are HR terms. Okay. Is that what people actually think? Yeah. Yeah. See, now they're professionals. They don't get to go off and they don't get to do certain things. Well, I'm free. Okay. I report to God. I don't report to anybody else. I report to God. Okay. And I'm going to let you know I am crazy. I am the definition of fucking crazy. So do you want to set me off? Good luck. All right. What are some other words that we use? What are some other words people use? I loved it when I pulled this up. Excited, very keen on. Oh, you're enamored, smitten, devoted to, fond of. Shannon, don't. You're not even on this hook. You're not a professional. And you already know I'm crazy. Okay. That's something a little bit different. Okay. So yeah, if I come on here and I'm talking about you, I'm not. Just so you know. Okay. If you say something to me and I don't like it, I will tell you. I'll tell you. You bet. Why? Because I'm unbalanced. I'm a lunatic. I'm out of my mind. Here's the thing. I'm not. I'm not. Those are just names. Okay. Lunatic. I mean, I was literally in an insane asylum. They called them that back then. I'm a little bit older. Okay. So, how do we get around those things? What are we going to do? I asked the people over at the coalition, I said, hey, stop calling me passionate. You're not saying that to anybody else. Okay. You're just saying that because when people talk to me like that, what they're trying to do is they're trying to appease me. Okay. I don't know how to solve this problem, so I'm going to give this person a compliment. It doesn't work on me. I know how passionate I am. I know how passionate I am. And it's not like I don't like hearing it from my friends. That's different. You're my friends. I'm talking about the professionals here. Okay. Because usually, like, when you, like here, and right here, babe, I mean, you said it because it's covered with something else. They're saying, I love your passion. There's nothing else to it, right? Hey, I said, I love your passion for your day. I meant it. Most recovering alcoholics don't share your passion. And you're correct in that. But you know that because you're around. These people are not around. They don't get to make these decisions. And that's part of the problem, but that's not the topic, right? And they're trying to be nice, but they're not being nice, okay? Because being nice means that you're going to speak the truth. Confrontation is not necessarily a bad thing. Not always, man. Confrontation isn't necessarily a bad thing. How else are we going to talk about these things? Okay. It's about the difference between perspective, and this is what it comes down to. I may be passionate at everything, but my own personal feelings behind it all need to be removed. See, when I start going off, it's not me talking. It's God talking. We are God's vessels, man. God speaks through me to other people. Half the time, if you would ask me what happened in podcasts, I can't tell you. I wasn't there. I was there, but I wasn't there. And I don't go back and I don't listen to those. Why? I experienced it, and I will just sit there and critique myself. That's all I'll do. I won't listen to the podcast. I'll just be like, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. No wonder nobody's listening. No, and I'll start to critique it. And it's not for me to determine its worthiness. It's God's job to do that. Even right now, I'm speaking to two people, one person that I know understands, maybe another person that's listening, and that's great. Nothing came, well, it depends on how you're asking. From other people, it's just, I love your passion. This is usually when it's somebody that is, maybe it's lack of a better word. Dion, I love your passion because da 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 da. And then there's usually a confirmation statement afterwards. But it's when I love your passion, period. Usually it comes with I love your passion, but I love your passion yet. That's what I usually get from professionals. Okay. And it isn't that, and, do they think I'm crazy? Probably not. Okay. But I can come on a little strong. I actually, let me rephrase that. I can come on really strong. Okay. And people are confusing. Sometimes people confuse my anger with passion, if that makes sense. Okay. I really don't get angry much anymore. Not like I used to. But what happens is when and I'll give you I could be wrong on this stuff, guys. It's okay. right? That's why we're talking about, right? I think this was an extremely valid question right here. That's a good question, man, because it's going to make me think. It's going to make me actually think on it. Great question. I love it. See, just because you're saying something and it feels like it is opposing, instead, this question was challenging, not opposing. Good job. Good job. Feels like a Lori question to me. I think it is. Right. Um, and maybe I am, maybe I need to take a look at that. Maybe I'm coming on a little strong. Maybe I need to change my verbiage. Okay. But what I won't do is change who I am. Wait a minute. That sounded so egotistical. I will change who I am, but I'm still going to be me. That's what I was going for. Because change is inevitable. We always need to be changing, or we become stagnant, right? So, um, because yeah, here's the thing. I keep a very small group of friends, so I usually know, right? If it was a challenging question, good chances, Lori. And I know that you like to watch ones like these. So, and I've been doing things a little bit different where I've been, coming on here and trying to see the whole picture instead of just, I'm still going to have my rants, but what are we going for? What are we going for? What's the intention? And I don't think these people are going out of their way to call me crazy. I really don't. I think they're just lack of a better word, right? Because the people on the coalition, they're not, they're doing the best that they can. They really can. They really are. And sometimes people, they're also in a professional position. And I need to remember that too, that they don't have that freedom like I do. Because they need to, and I get that too. So maybe Dion needs to work a little bit on meeting those people where they are at. Hmm. That sounds like a much better answer. Um, because I do have to remember they're non-alcoholics. So professional agencies don't like people like me and you because we ask them smart questions. Yeah. Um, and you know what? I think what you and I are going for on that, Lori, is just accountability. We're very accountable people. I try and keep myself very accountable because then the shit talk starts, man. If you're not accountable, right? And I think we see something and we want to make them accountable, but I don't always present it the best way. Sometimes my passion isn't always the best way. So it is smart, right, for me to maybe learn a different approach, right? See, this is why we talk about this stuff. I don't think of everything. I like this one already. Can you help me understand your perception? Because I'm a bit confused on what you're saying. Yeah, I like that one because you're not pressuring. I try and stay away from. You're a dumbass. Why are you doing that? You know what I mean. You can't do it. People like I could probably say that to Lori. She could say it to me, but um, people in power hate this. Yeah, they do. Um, and it's unfortunate because then people like you and me don't get into those arenas and we're supposed to be in those arenas. And that's actually what I'm arguing about with Adams County right now. They opened up the detox without letting us come in and ask our questions. That was my problem. It's not who it went to, all it is kind of who it went to. But it is what it is, and I don't have any power over that. Okay, but we were never heard, and that was my point. And when they come back and say you're passionate, that doesn't solve my problem. I know I'm passionate. I don't need the compliment. I need a solution. right? Yeah, and so how can we best get the seat at those tables, man? Because we do need to be there. It doesn't need to be me. It doesn't need to be Lori. But gosh, we do need some kind of credible representation, right? Yeah. And please don't get me wrong. There's a lot of really good things going on right now. Crossroad turning points. I love them. I love them. I love them. I'm finding some great people in this field. And Lori, it was because of that contact. That contact that you gave me over at Crossroads got me over to of course I can't remember names, right? But now I'm gonna be sitting down with Jennifer Place of the consortium. Okay. What started as a conversation about money in in Adams County turned into a conversation of there's some things happening that need to be changed. Yeah. But now they're on that. So I have to remind them, hey, I still need money. None of this is going to work without money. I still, the reason I'm looking at the money is, if I'm at the church on Tuesdays and Thursdays and I can hand out resources too, then I'm going to do it because there's already a food bank there. Maybe I can get a clothing bank going on, right? See, and I'll add to the church. And that's a great way for me to get a seat at the table too. But Lori, you and I do need to figure that out. And I can tell you now, if I ever get a seat at the table, I'm inviting you. Yeah, I'm inviting you because you'll be the other person, be like, Dion, maybe that one, no. And I could be like, Lori, do you think, you know what I mean? It's always good to have two people when you do that because you can offset from each other. Lori will say something, will remind me, oh, this is important. We must bring it up. All right. See, but it's going to be hard because they're not going to want to hear it. And they're not going to want to hear it because we're going to be taking their money. And they don't want that. Well, I'm sorry. You'll have to live in a cheaper house than the mansion you live in Boulder. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all. I'm really not. I'm trying to be the Robin Hood of recovery. And I know that's a pretty big statement, but all I'm really saying is I'm trying to take the money from the people that are taking it and putting it in the right place, which is not my bank account. Colorado, two Virgos, eek. Yeah, especially these two Virgos. I'll invite Amber too. She's Virgo. Yeah, two Virgos, especially these ones. Two Virgos equipped with the right solution. I think that's a driving force. I really do. But it led on. See how when we make a contact, it can always lead on to better things. There's always more, right? Yeah, I'm grateful of that because I have too many emotions. Yeah. Yeah. If a Virgo says they need to think, let them think. If you let a Virgo think, it's probably going to come out in your favor. And I'll tell you why, because you respected their chance to think on it. If you give a Virgo a chance to think, you're probably going to win because Virgos don't like it when people lose, no matter who it is. We just don't like it. We want everybody to win. That's how I am. So, well, this turned into, see how one conversation can always turn into another and get more out of it, right? Just because we can have a conversation. So, all right, 25 minutes. Now I had a meeting. I love you all. Thanks for being here. Two of my favorite ladies, my wife and Lori, one of my accountability buddies. I love you all. Actually, two of my accountability buddies are here. I love you all. So I really got to watch what I say. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.